Hello everyone, welcome you all to today's class, and today's class is in continuation with our previous two classes on this topic. In first video we have discussed continuity of a function at a point, right? We have discussed continuity of a function, discontinuity of a function at a point, right? And also in next video on this topic we have discussed some questions which are important from exam point of view, right? And this is in continuation with the topic, and this is third part of continuity of a function. And in this session we are going to discuss continuity of a function in an interval, and also we will discuss continuity of some standard functions. And sometimes the question comes like discuss continuity of fx equal to so and so, where no point is given. And sometimes in that case the children sometimes they become confused कि point तो नहीं दिया हुआ, continuity कहाँ पे निकाले. Okay, usually points are given. Find या discuss continuity of the function, check whether fx is continuous or not at x equal to 0, at x equal to 1, like this. But when the point is not given, so sometimes children become a bit feel very a bit confused कि point नहीं दिया हुआ तो कहाँ पे मतलब निकालना क्या है. So for that reason I thought maybe I can discuss this point in details, so for that is the reason I have taken this continuity of the function in an interval. So what do you mean by continuity of a function in an interval? And we can consider two cases here. First case is fx is continuous in an open interval ab. So if f is a function which is continuous in an open interval ab, it means it is continuous at each and every point belongs to that interval. Similarly, if the function is continuous in the closed interval ab, so it means the function continuous in the closed interval ab means if it is continuous in an open interval ab, and also it is right continuous at A, left continuous at B. So A is lower limit of the interval and B is upper limit of the interval. Whenever we say f is right continuous at lower limit A, it means limit x approaches to A plus fx equal to fa, that is a finite quantity. Similarly, when we say f is left continuous at B, f is left continuous at upper limit of this interval, it means limit x approaches to B minus fx equal to fb, that is a finite quantity. So it means in general what we can conclude, a function is continuous in an interval means it should be continuous at each and every point of that interval. And in case no interval is given in the question, then what should be your take? So it means function is continuous simply if the function is continuous, neither any point given nor any interval given. So in that case you can take function is continuous, you have to check for continuity. So you can check the continuity or discontinuity of the function in its domain. So in general we can say function is continuous in an interval means it is continuous at every point of its domain. So now I think there won't be any confusion if point is not given, या interval is not given. Simply the question is function continuous या नहीं, आपको check करना है. So you can check for the continuity or discontinuity as the case may be in the domain of the function. It means function के लिए I mean you need to know domain of the function also, right? So standard functions, and let's check whether the function continuous or not. And in fact I have taken all the functions, and to prove the functions are continuous, okay, and again no interval is given, so it means we have to see domain pe hi these functions are continuous at every points of their domains. First case I have taken, prove that a polynomial function is continuous. And as you know, polynomial function like this a0, a1x, a2x square, a3x cube up to an x to the power n. So this is the general form of the polynomial with these restrictions. So this is a polynomial function, and obviously the domain of a polynomial function is set of all real numbers as we know it. We have studied it earlier, and we have to prove this function is continuous, means continuous at its domain. So let us take any point, let us take an arbitrary point on its domain. So C belongs to set of real numbers. C is an arbitrary point. So limit x approaches to C, fx equal to limit x approaches to C. This is the polynomial, and evaluate limit. As usual we are using here direct method because we are not getting 0 by 0 form, we are not getting indeterminate form. So a0, a1c, a2c square, a3c cube and so on. So this is basically we are getting fc. So limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc. So it means fx is continuous at x equal to c. C being any point from the domain of the function, we can conclude a polynomial function is continuous. Okay, polynomial function is continuous at every point of its domain, or in general any polynomial function is continuous. And some special cases are also there. Suppose for example a constant function fx equal to 5, fx equal to -3, any constant function. So constant function is a special case of polynomial function. So every polynomial function is continuous. So constant function being a polynomial, it can be continuous. My next question is, prove that a modulus function is continuous. And as we know, fx equal to mod x, and it is x when x greater than equal to 0, and minus x when x less than 0. And obviously we are covering x 0 or greater than 0, less than 0 means x is any real number, whole number line is real number line is covered here, means domain of the function is set of real numbers. So it is more clear from the graph also. Whenever you look at graph of this function, you see there is no breaks in between, and also you can see the values of x taken here, and the graph, yeah, I can see I can say physical form of the function gives you a very clear idea regarding continuity and domain also. Domain, range and continuity, everything you really can, if you have expertise in graphs, so you really can have clear idea whether the function is continuous or not, where the discontinuity happens, and the domain of the function, range of the function, everything you can get it from the graph of the function. So anyway, we are just concerned here about the domain, and also we are concerned about continuity. So we will not go in details for other things. So suppose x belongs to x belongs to set of real numbers. So let us take any point C belongs to R. It means C is any point of the domain of the function fx. And here three cases arise. First one is c can be greater than 0, c can be equal to 0, yeah, it can be less than 0. First case, when c less than 0, limit x approaches to c, fx equal to limit x approaches to c. Here I have taken minus x because we are considering c less than 0. So when x less than 0, fx equal to mod x, that is equal to minus x. So we are taking minus x here, means we are getting minus c. Also fc equal to mod c, that is minus c, because we are taking c less than 0. So limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc. Our second case is c equal to 0. So f0 equal to basically f0 equal to mod 0, right? Because x equal to 0 here and c equal to 0 here. So we are getting 0. So limit x approaches to c, fx equal to limit x approaches to 0 mod x. You are getting 0. And one more suggestion here, if you want to take LHL, RHL at x equal to 0, it is also fine. Okay, so it means you can consider limit x approaches to 0 plus, limit x approaches to 0 minus, then you can go ahead. And it means here also limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc. Third case is limit, here we are considering c greater than 0. So limit x approaches to c, fx equal to limit x approaches to c mod x. Here mod x equal to x when x greater than 0. So we are getting c here. So in this case fc equal to mod c. It means you are getting c here. So in this case also we have limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc. So in all the three cases, limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc, means fx is continuous at every point of its domain. Okay, so mod x is continuous in its domain. Yeah, for all x belongs to R. You can visualize this from the graph also. Okay, our third, next case is we can take all trigonometric functions are continuous. Okay, so out of all trigonometric functions, I have considered 3 trigonometric functions here, and which are very familiar also. And we are already familiar with domains of the trig functions because we already have studied inverse trig functions. Okay, so fx equal to sine x. So this is graph of sine x. You can see the graph can be extended in any direction, I mean both the direction in x-axis. So domain of sine x is set of real numbers. Similarly, domain of cos x is also set of real numbers, right? Now considering the case of fx equal to sine x, let c belongs to R, means c is any point from the domain of sine x. Limit x approaches to c, fx equal to limit x approaches to c sine x, that is sine c, means fc. So limit x approaches to c, fx equal to fc, which gives us the condition fx is continuous for all x belongs to R. Similarly, we can check for the continuity of cosine function also, and cos x is continuous for all x belongs to R. Now coming to tan x, which is a bit different from, if you see here smoothness of the curves, here you see there are breaks in between. It means whenever x equal to pi by 2, as we know, tan x doesn't define, it's not defined. Okay, tan x is not defined at x equal to pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, and so on. So it means fx equal to tan x, the domain of tan x is set of real numbers except odd multiples of pi by 2. So that's why the graph is like this. Okay, but if we pick up any point from the domain of the function, okay, limit x approaches to c, fx equal to you are getting here tan c, which is fc. So it means tan x is also continuous in its domain. Okay, so similarly any trigonometric function, whether it is sin x, cos x, tan x, sec x, cosec x, cot x, all the 6 trigo functions are continuous in their domains. Okay, and I hope domain of trigo functions are very, you know the domain of each and every trigonometric functions. Okay, next one is about exponential and logarithmic function. So prove that exponential function fx equal to a to the power x, where a greater than 0 is continuous function, is a continuous function. A is base of the exponential function here, and a is greater than 0. Now if we consider fx equal to a to the power x for a greater than 0, before going for continuity, let's just not take a simple concept. Limit x approaches to 0, a to the power x. Here you see a to the power x can be written like this. Okay. Yeah, so limit x approaches to 0, we can write like this. So here you see you are getting log a into 0, because इसका limit into limit x approaches to 0 x, that is 0, and plus 1, so you are getting 1. So limit x approaches to 0, a to the power x equal to 1. So let's go for next. So this is the graph of fx equal to 2 to the power x. Okay, so here you see, you may think, why can't we put x equal to 0? Okay, so here you see, yeah, so I'll tell you a bit later. Now you see, yeah, so suppose, yeah, c is any arbitrary real number. So domain of this function is, yeah, x can be any real number, right? X can be any real number. So it means domain of this function is set of all real numbers. And limit x approaches to c minus fx is limit h approaches to 0, f of c minus h. So f of c minus h is what? fx equal to a to the power x. So ये हो जाएगा a to the power c minus h. So a to the power c into a to the power minus h. Limit h approaches to 0. So this becomes a to the power c, and limit h approaches to 0, a to the power minus h is 1. Just now we have proved it. Okay, that is equal to fc, right? So it means left limit is fc, and similarly right limit you can just see x approaches to c plus fx equal to this, देखो a की power c into limit h approaches to 0, a to the power h, that is equal to again a to the power c, fc. Okay, so right limit is also fc. So left limit equal to right limit equal to functional value. It means fx equal to a to the power x is continuous in its domain. And also here, though we have taken a to the power x, so for any a greater than 0, this function will be continuous. So it means this includes our exponential function with the base as, e. Okay, so fx equal to e to the power x can also be continuous, because e equal to what? E is an irrational number which is non-terminating, non-recurring, and value of e is 2.718 approximately, up to 3 places of decimal, means e greater than 0. So e to the power x can also be continuous function. Okay, and so is it clear? So any exponential function is continuous. Now similarly you can check continuity of logarithmic function. and this is the graph of logarithmic function log x base b I have taken here. So fx equal to log x base a. Right here, as we have seen here, a is greater than 0. Right here also same condition will be valid. And the domain of, unlike your exponential function, here domain of the function is what? You see the graph of the function, the graph is not, intersecting y-axis. So x cannot be equal to 0. Okay, so here you see domain of the function is x greater than 0, right? Yeah, sorry, here if you just observe the graph, no, no graph, portion of the graph is in the negative direction of x axis. So x is not negative, and also it is not, you are not getting x equal to 0 also, right? It will not intersect y-axis anywhere. It looks like this, but it goes like, no, very very closely. It will go like this. It will never ever intersect y-axis, right? So it means x is always greater than 0. It can never be equal to 0. It cannot be negative also. So log x का domain fx equal to log x का domain, it is open interval 0 infinity, or simply you can say x greater than 0. Okay, the way we have proved exponential function is continuous, so we can prove logarithmic function is continuous as well. Okay, and so basically this is the case, and here is we have taken, I have included two very very interesting questions. I found these two questions very interesting, and I thought let me just include these two questions in my lesson, and also it is based on this the topic we are studying today. Discuss the continuity of fx, and see the fx is defined like this: mod x square minus x by x square minus x when x not equal to 0, x not equal to 1, when x 0 function fx equal to 1, when x 1 fx equal to minus 1. So let's first redefine the function before we go for continuity. So x square minus x, so because here mod sign is given, we have to see when it is positive, when it is negative, when it is 0. Okay, so x square minus x greater than 0 when x into x minus 1 greater than 0. It means both x and x minus 1 should be either both positive or both negative. Okay, so x into x minus 1 equal to 0 if x 0 and x equal to 1. So 0 case तो हमें लेना ही नहीं अभी. So now considering x less than 0, when x less than 0, this is negative, and ये भी 1 से भी less हो जाएगा, so it means what? ये भी negative, so the product will be positive. Similarly, when x greater than 1, x obviously greater than 0, so both are positive. Okay, so that's why two cases, x less than 0 or x greater than 1. So these two cases के लिए this quantity is greater than 0, means your fx will be, so fx will be 1. Okay, fx will be 1 then when x less than 0 or x greater than 1, and it is negative when x into x minus 1 less than 0. So both are this product should be negative. So there should be x and x minus 1 both should be of opposite sign. So this can be possible when x lies between 0 and 1. Okay, x is more than 0, positive, x less than 1, this is negative. Okay, and we are not going beyond 1 and beyond 0. Okay, we are not taking here x less than 0 and x more than 1, because we are given closed interval. And when x equal to 0, fx equal to 1, when x equal to 1, fx equal to minus 1. So this is the way we have redefined the function. Okay, now let's check for continuity. Fx equal to minus 1 when x lies in the open interval 0, 1 and fx equal to minus 1 is a constant function. So in this interval fx is continuous. Okay, because every constant function is continuous. अच्छा, now ये open interval में continuous हो गया. Okay, now limit x approaches to 1 minus. Limit x approaches to 1 minus means ये वाला केस होगा. fx equal to minus 1. Limit x approaches to 1 plus means first case fx equal to 1. So you see right limit and left limit both are unequal. ये right limit ये left limit. Similarly 0 minus, limit x approaches to 0 minus fx equal to 1. Limit x approaches to 0 plus fx equal to minus 1. Here also left limit right limit unequal. So it means at x equal to at x equal to 1 and x equal to 0. Function is not continuous. Limit doesn't exist. So but whenever if you take this thing, no, if you see here right limit अगर आप try करोगे 1 के लिए आप left limit try करोगे, limit x approaches to 1 minus fx, that is equal to f1. Okay, so here it is fine, right? यहाँ पे left limit exist कर रहा है, I mean right left continuous. But here if you see x approaches to 0 plus, right limit है 0 पे अगर try करोगे, x approaches to 0 plus fx equal to minus 1. And what is f0? f0 equal to 1. So it means, so this function is right continuous नहीं हो रहा है ना, it's not right continuous, but though it is left continuous. ठीक है, but anyway it is not continuous at x equal to 1 at x equal to 0, but it is continuous in the open interval 0, 1. Okay, so this gives us the conclusion fx is continuous everywhere except x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. Okay, our last question is find all points of discontinuity of f defined by fx equal to mod x minus mod x plus 1. Okay, so here no interval, no function, no point, nothing is given. Okay, this question is from NCERT. This is one of the interesting questions I just now felt. So fx equal to mod x. See, whenever mod x is given, no, so we just now visualize mod x. The graph is like no V-shaped graph, and no when x equal to 0, and after 0 the two branches in different directions. Similarly, whenever you have x plus 1, mod x plus 1 को visualize करो, है ना? Mod x plus 1 को visualize जब करोगे, see x plus 1 equal to 0 when x equal to minus 1. It means at x equal to minus 1, so you are getting, I mean the point is on, I mean x equal to minus 1, the function becomes fx equal to 0. And after that, no, the two branches, x equal to minus 1 के बाद two branches. So here what we can see, we are getting basically points. One is 0 we are getting, one point, another point is minus 1 we are getting. So that is the hint of the question. Okay, x को 0 लेना है and minus 1 लेना है, then आप पूरा नंबर लाइन को कैसे कवर करेंगे. So fx equal to mod x minus mod x plus 1. Okay, now, as I said, to visualize the graph of the function, okay, the I mean the V shape कहाँ से बनता है, यहाँ 0 से V shape बन जाता है. Here you see x equal to 0 से, and here you see x equal to minus 1. Okay, then you just now see two branches. So one is x less than minus 1, because 0 and minus 1, this minus 1 is smaller. So we take minus 1, then 0, then less than minus 1, then more than 0. Okay, so these are the cases. X less than minus 1, then x greater than equal to 0, and x, you see, minus 1 less than equal to x less than 0. So with these cases, I hope we are covering, I think we are covering the whole real number system. पूरा डोमेन यहाँ पे कवर हो रहा है. Okay, now let's check. Redefine the function. Okay, fx equal to mod x like this. Now when x less than minus 1. When x less than minus 1, obviously it is less than 0. So mod x will become minus x. And when x less than minus 1 means x plus 1 less than 0. So mod x plus 1 is minus of x plus 1. Right? Now fx becomes what? Minus x plus 1, 1. So x less than minus 1 के लिए fx equal to 1. And when x lies between minus 1 and 0 and minus 1 inclusive, then you see when x less than 0, mod x equal to minus x. When x greater than equal to minus 1 means x plus 1 greater than equal to 0, mod x plus 1 is x plus 1. So here you are getting minus 2x minus 1 for this interval. And when x greater than equal to 0, obviously x is more than minus 1. So a mod x will be x, mod x plus 1 is x plus 1. So you are getting here minus 1. So this is the way we have to redefine the function whenever we are given modulus function of this type. तो पहले क्या करोगे? First thing you have to redefine the function. Okay, now let's check for the continuity. So when x less than minus 1, okay, fx equal to 1, ये constant function है, so fx will be continuous. When x greater than equal to 0, fx is minus 1, it is again a constant function, so it is also continuous function. Next one, fx equal to minus 2x minus 1. In this interval, so being a polynomial function, fx is continuous in its domain. Okay, and we have to check at minus 1 and and at 0. So let's check it, because in the this interval हो गया, greater than equal के लिए भी हो गया, less than equal less than के लिए हो गया. So at minus 1, limit x approaches to 1 minus fx. See, sorry, limit x approaches to minus 1 minus, I mean left hand limit at minus 1, this is 1. Okay, and also whenever you take limit x approaches to minus 1 plus, you consider this one, right? So right limit at minus 1 is, you are getting like this, 1. So here left hand limit equal to right hand limit. It means fx is continuous at x equal to minus 1. Also we have f minus 1 is, see, when x equal to minus 1, fx will be what? Minus 2 into minus 1, then minus 1. So you are getting 1. So all three are equal. So fx is continuous at x equal to minus 1. So let's check at 0. Limit x approaches to 0 minus, ये वाला यहाँ पे पुट करोगे, right? 0 minus, so you are getting minus 1. X more than 0 means limit x approaches to 0 plus, fx is minus 1, and f0 when x equal to 0, fx is minus 1. So again you can see fx is continuous at x equal to 0. So from these discussion what we could conclude, fx is continuous at x equal to 0, fx is continuous at x equal to minus 1, fx is continuous in this interval minus 1 less than equal to x less than 0, fx is continuous at, when x greater than 0, fx is continuous when x less than minus 1. Okay, so greater than equal to 0 के लिए तो यही दोनों केसेस में हमने प्रूव किया. So basically what we can conclude, fx is continuous everywhere for all real values of x. right? Because by taking like this, no, the intervals and we are actually covering the whole real number system, right? Set of real numbers यहाँ पे cover हो रहा है. And from this discussion, what we could conclude, fx is continuous at, I mean, for all x belongs to R. So it means there is no point of discontinuity. Okay, so fx is continuous everywhere. Everywhere means for all x belongs to set of real numbers, and there is no point of discontinuity. Okay, so did you enjoy these two questions? These are very, I mean, I really found these questions, two questions very relevant for today's session, and I just thought to share with you all. And I am sure most of you, yeah, all of you might have enjoyed this session. And so let's wind up class today. So thank you so much. And for more such concepts and more such questions, please like, share and subscribe the channel. That will be a motivating factor for me. And also please share this videos with your friends, so that everyone can be benefited, and we really can we really can help each other in that way. Okay, so thank you so much.